Menards.
We are Norfolk. We are Wisconsin.
Saturday night, PNC Park in Pittsburgh. We welcome you to Brewers baseball tonight on Fox Sports Wisconsin. The Brew Crew and the Pirates matching up for Game 3 of this 4-game series. Ominous clouds up above. We might play this one in a bunch of rain tonight. Who knows? They got to get it in. It's the last trip for the Brewers here to Pittsburgh. Hi, everybody. We welcome you from rainy Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Alongside Bill Schroeder, I'm Brian Anderson. Telly Hughes is our reporter tonight. And while the weather may not cooperate tonight, we'll see how things go. Zach Davies is glad to be in the big leagues, and he's glad to be a Milwaukee Brewer. And he's coming off an impressive outing his last time out against the Miami Marlins. Tonight, he'll make his third career start.
And second against the Pirates. The Pirates saw him in his Major League debut. Zach pitched pretty well, but really turned the corner his last time out. The 22-year-old pitching league's been out there for 10 years, working quickly. He threw 5 3-up, 3-down innings in that start. 7 innings, 4 hits, and 1 run. And he gets good sinking action on his fastball. The impressive thing about Davies' performance, not the fact that he worked quickly throwing strikes, 13 of 21 outs on the ground, doing a nice job keeping the baseball down. That's what he's going to have to do here tonight.
Celebrated his first Major League win his last time out. So his third big league start is coming up tonight. Jeff Locke on the mound for the Pirates. We've got the lineups and the first pitch from Pittsburgh coming up next. Brought to you by Menards. Save big money at Menards on all your home improvement needs. By Toyota. See where Toyota takes you. Test drive one at your Toyota dealers. Toyota, let's go places. And by Miller Lite, the original light Pilsner. Cheers. It's Miller time. game time on a Saturday night in Pittsburgh. It is cool out, 57 degrees. If you got a beautiful HD television at home, you see that light mist falling, and it's going to be one of those nights where conditions are not ideal as we had last night. These players know it. This is a huge game for the Pittsburgh Pirates. The St. Louis Cardinals lost a game that they had to finish from yesterday, and then they lost their regularly scheduled game. So a couple of L's on the board for the Cardinals at 88 and 54. That puts the Pirates just 3 games back right now in the National League Central Division race. It is the tightest race in the National League, and certainly the Brewers are going to have a lot to say on who's going to win that division this year with matchups against the Pirates and Cubs and the Cardinals. Craig Counsell's batting order tonight looks like this. He's got Gene Segura leading off, Hernan Perez at third, then Ryan Braun. He's back in there after a night off last night. Middle of the order is Chris Davis, Adam Lind, and Domingo Santana. Luis Sardinas, Nevin Ashley, and Zach Davies will round out the starting 9. Nevin Ashley getting his second career Major League start. After 10 years in the minors, we saw him on Wednesday in Miami, and he's back in there again. There is news on Jonathan Lucroy that we'll have momentarily. First, Rock set us up on left-hander Jeff Locke, a familiar foe for the Milwaukee Brewers.
Yeah, this is the 12th start for Jeff Locke against the Brewers. He's 4-4 with a 397 earned run average. The 5th start for him this year. He's 2-2. Currently, he's lost his last 2. Pitched pretty well against Cincinnati, but picked up a loss. Brewers pounded him pretty good on September 2nd at Miller Park. 5 runs in 3 2/3 innings. Now let's check out the Menards Pirates defense tonight. 106 errors, the most in the National League. They committed 3 in last night's ball game. We were able to come out with a victory. Harrison, McCutchen, and Polanco in the outfield. Ramos Ramirez at third base. Jody Nelson, Neil Walker up the middle. Pedro Alvarez at first base, and the fine catcher behind home plate, Francisco Cervelli.
Jim Reynolds will call the balls and strikes. Paul Schreiber, Field and Colbreth, Manny Gonzalez, the base umpires. And Field and Colbreth is the crew chief. That's significant tonight with the weather. Once this game starts, it is out of the hands of the Pirates as an organization, in the hands of the crew chief and the umpiring crew, and that falls on the shoulders there of Field and Colbreth. So determining whether to continue to play, whether to stop play. Right now, it's not a problem at all. It's a light mist. You could certainly play 9 innings through this, no problem. It's heavier rains that everybody around here is concerned with. And I think, Rock, they made a tough call prior to this game, whether to call it, postpone it. They've got a big fireworks night and a big crowd tonight. Maybe play a doubleheader tomorrow, which is the final time the Brewers will match up against the Pirates here. Or try to get this one in and see where it leads you.
That's what they're going to do. I mean, if it's a steady rain like this, they're going to stick it out. But nobody wants a doubleheader, particularly when you're in a pennant race. Very difficult to win both ends of a doubleheader. So here we are. We're going to have to stick it out. These players are going to have to endure the rains tonight.
Conditions less than ideal, but you do the best you can. So here we go on a Saturday night, downtown Pittsburgh. Jeff Locke against Gene Segura. And the first pitch is in there for a strike. Segura back in the leadoff position. Coming in batting .269 for the year. His on-base percentage at .290. And there's a pickup by his old buddy Aramis Ramirez. Nice play at third.
Yeah, nice play. Hey, he started at first base, did Ramirez last night. He made an error over there, throwing error. A little flip to the pitcher, flipped it right over his head. But check this out, playing in on the grass. Nice backhand pickup and able to get the out at first base.
I'm sure Aramis Ramirez is feeling much more comfortable over there at third base, where he has played 99% of the games in his career. Although, as Rock mentioned, he has made his last 3 starts at first base. Tonight they've got Alvarez back in there. Hernan Perez batting second tonight. He gets the start at third base. Counsell's been going with Elian Herrera at third base in a platoon at second, but Perez will get the call at third base tonight, and that means Luis Sardinas will start at second base. No Jeanette in the lineup with a left-handed starter.
I think that the Brewers want to see Sardinas both at short and second as we continue here in September, so he's going to get some playing time.
And it might be good for Sardinius to be back in the lineup here tonight. I'm sure last night's game left him a little concerned and a little anxious. He's just getting to the big leagues, and he made 3 really poor throws last night. Had a throwing error. A couple of them were not scored as errors, but plays that should have been made. So put him right back on the horse and let him play second base tonight, as Locke makes quick work of Perez. 3 pitches and a strikeout for the second out of the inning.
And he threw all 3 of his pitches to Perez, and that at bat. Locke, not a hard thrower. Low 90s with a fastball, pretty straight. He will come inside. Good changeup. He throws a lot of changeups to right-handers and curveballs. So basically a 3-pitch pitcher.
Ryan Braun greeted by the Pirates fans, as only they can. Braun back in the starting lineup. He did not start yesterday. Had a pinch hit appearance yesterday, and it was actually at the plate representing the go-ahead run. The Brewers made quite a comeback last night, put themselves in a position to maybe win the game, but Braun made an out with the bases loaded late in a pinch hit appearance. Brewers took their best shot, and the Pirates ended up winning by a final of 6-3.
Yeah, a lot of starters for the Brewers out of the lineup last night. Segura was out. Lucroy still battling those concussion symptoms, and Ryan Braun not in the starting lineup. Santana didn't start.
Milwaukee won the opener of this series in 13 innings. That was a 6-4 win on Thursday night, and then lost last night to even the series. And that Pirate win last night snapped a 7-game Brewers winning streak against Pittsburgh. Brewers had won 9 out of 10 against Clint Hurdle's team until that Pirates win last night. Braun, a shot right to second, right to Walker to end the inning. 1, 2, 3. The Brewers go in order. Buccos are coming up against Davies. Guadami Hotel and Casino. Book your stay now. Light rain falling here. Clint Hurdle's Pirates, second best record in the National League, and they are knocking at the door of the St. Louis Cardinals. Here's Hurdle's batting order tonight with Polanco, Harrison, and McCutchen at the top. Ramirez, Walker, and Cervelli in the middle of his lineup, and then he's got Alvarez, Jordy Mercer, and Jeff Locke. Starling Marte was a late scratch tonight. Shoulders bothering him a little bit. And Zach Davies on the mound. You've got in Jeff Locke and Zach Davies, 2 strike throwers with 2 excellent changeups.
Yeah, second time that he's faced the Pirates this year. He faced them in his major league debut back in Milwaukee. No decision, 4 1/3. 3-run home run he allowed to Aramis Ramirez was really the only mistake he made. But very good his last time out against the Marlins. 7 innings, 1 run.
Davies facing Gregory Polanco to start it tonight. Brewers go in order in the top of the first. 3 up, 3 down with a strikeout for Locke. He threw 10 pitches in that first inning, 9 of them for strikes. And on a night like this, you feel like the pitcher has the advantage. He's the one who's focused. He's the one who is in constant motion. As these steady raindrops fall, that can get agonizing and annoying for position players.
Yeah, the water dripping off the bill of the helmet. Kind of reminds me a little bit of the night that Juan Nieves threw his no-hitter. Very similar night. A little bit cooler in Baltimore that night in April. But it is a pitcher's night when you have conditions like this.
Davies was sharp in his second big league start against the Marlins. Against the Pirates, which was his major league debut, half of his pitches were changeups. And there's a changeup right there. Polanco strikes out.
Well, let's check out the Menards Brewers defense for tonight. More like a normal lineup, except for Sardinius at second base. Elian Herrera not in tonight's lineup. And Ashley behind home plate, making his second start. And Evan Ashley behind home plate. Davis, Santana, and Braun in the outfield. Hernan Perez, Segura, and Adam Lind round out the defense for the Brewers.
That's got to be a thrill for Nevin Ashley. He was a former member of the Pirates organization. He said this was as close as he got to the big leagues when he was a member of the Pirates system. Actually came up to Pittsburgh and was part of a taxi squad that did not get activated, but he's in the lineup tonight as Harrison into center field. He's thinking about 2. He's on his way. The throw comes in. Oh, and dropping the ball is Sardinius. Man, the Brewers had an out.
Yeah, that's kind of a bad decision by Josh Harrison, but it paid off for him. If Sardinius catches that ball, he's going to be an out easily at second base. Being aggressive on the bases, maybe thinking that we might get 5 innings in here. He never doubted. He was thinking about a double right out of the batter's box. Got to pick up the baseball and make the tag.
It was a good throw by Santana. And not sure what's going on with Luis Sardinius. I don't know if he's battling nerves or not sure, because he is normally as good as it gets defensively. This guy can really pick it, and we've seen it this year. He's a slick fielder.
It looks like he's out of sorts defensively. It really does. I mean, that wasn't that tough a play. You can actually go out and get that baseball, come back and tag Harrison out. He wasn't even close to second base.
Sardinius just called up after the AAA season ended on Monday, so he's a September call up. Brewers like him a lot. He came over in the Gallardo deal. But he had a tough game yesterday and a bad start to this one. So a runner at second for McCutchen. And a strike from Davies.
And one thing we saw from Davies against the Marlins, threw a lot more fastballs. Good fastballs down in the zone. Good movement. The thinking is that perhaps too many change-ups against the Pirates. Established a fastball early and then went to the change-up later.
1 ball, 1 strike, and that misses away. The dangerous McCutchen. He's hitting .299 coming in. Has 22 home runs this year. 15 of those 22 homers have been with men on base. 90 runs batted in. And that's driven right center. Santana will run it down. Boy, I saw a lot of white. A lot of baseball pop out of that glove.
Yeah, it wanted to come out, didn't it?
Oh, man. He's able to secure it, though. Second out of the inning. Brewers catch a break as McCutchen hit that one in the range of Santana.
He plays deep. He angled back nicely, but almost lost it. He held on to it.
So 2 outs for Ramos Ramirez.
You got to figure the infield grass is going to be fine. It was covered most of the day, and the outfield grass might be a little bit wet, so you might see some runners be a little bit aggressive. Throws might be a little bit difficult to be on the money tonight.
Ramirez with 2 away, got a runner at second and Harrison, and Davies just missing outside. 22-year-old Zach Davies. Just think, Zach Davies was 5 years old when Aramis Ramirez first arrived in the big leagues.
And here they are facing each other right now. He might be 22, but he doesn't act it out on the mound. Got a lot of poise. Seems to always be in control of himself out there. Fields his position well.
Making his third big league start against a guy in his final year of his career in Aramis Ramirez, a 17-year career.
Yeah, Ramirez hit the 3-run home run off of Davies back at Miller Park. The only mistake he made.
Davies split time this year between the Orioles and the Brewers minor league system, all at the AAA level. Combined, he went 6-8 with a 3.30 ERA. Norfolk and Colorado Springs. Brewers got him in the Gerardo Parra trade. Hard to figure what happened to the Orioles this year. They had a major collapse, and they're certainly not going to make a run at the postseason at this point.
No.
At one point, Orioles had lost 12 out of 13 games. That knocked them out of the race for the wild card race in the American League and also the American League East. So the Brewers lost Parra, but they were able to acquire Davies, who has a great chance to be in their rotation next season.
And so a win for the Brewers. Parra wasn't going to come back anyway. He was going to go free agent. And you trade him away and you get a guy that might be in your future in the starting rotation.
Davies signed out of high school. He was drafted late, but signed for a bonus given to much higher drafted amateurs. And so he had a full scholarship waiting for him at Arizona State University. He's from Gilbert, Arizona. That's where he went to high school, in the Phoenix area. So that influenced the fact that he might go to college, encouraged the Orioles to add a little bit to his signing bonus, or a lot of it, and that's why he decided to sign as an 18-year-old out of high school. And it has paid off because he's plowed his way through the Orioles minor league system. He's involved in a big trade, and here he is in the big leagues at a young age.
And he's got a familiar face behind home plate. As you going out and having a chat with him. They work together down in Colorado Springs.
Two 2-0 the count. Neil Walker, the batter. Pirates threatening here in the first. In the air to left field, hit well on the run is Davis. He's got it for the out. And Davies survives a couple of hard hit balls. No score as we head to the second.
are teaming up with Associated Bank and Housing Resources to host a tool collection drive at Miller Park this coming Tuesday, September 15th. The crew takes on the Cardinals, and for every tool you bring to the ballpark, you receive a free Lowe's level ticket to that evening's game. For details, go to brewers.com/tools.
Ponchos are out. Little light rain falling in Pittsburgh as we go to the second inning. A lot of Brewers fans following the crew on the road. See a Barai jersey down there. Remember the one year we had Italian night at Miller Park?
Yeah.
Or the green and red Barai jerseys.
Good eye.
Brewers in Italian.
You're on it tonight.
I like that one. That's one of my favorites. Got the ball and glove there, the current logo, and the old Barai jerseys. Got to bring those back. Chris Davis leads away for the crew. A 3-up, 3-down first inning against Jeff Locke. Had a strikeout in that inning. And Davis, who homered to center field in the opener on Thursday night, sitting on 19 home runs for the season. He shows bunt.
Yeah, why not, right? Then you got Ramirez playing way behind the bag at third base. Try to get something going. No telling how long this game's going to go. So I think both teams are thinking maybe get an early lead. Got to get 5 in for it to be a regulation game.
One ball, 2 strikes. There's a changeup from Locke right to the mound. Came in like a changeup, went out like a changeup. And Locke retires Chris Davis for out number 1. Here comes Adam Lind. Boy, his home run last night was impressive. First inning, and a missile out of here up into the concourse area that overlooks the Allegheny River. Powerball home run number 19 for Adam Lind.
And Brewers able to put up runs in each of the first 2 games in the first inning. 3 on Thursday, 2 yesterday. The only lefty in the lineup for the Brewers. He's had good numbers against Locke.
Overall Powerball leaderboard for the Brewers has Braun with 25. He leads away, and then Davis and Lind with 19 apiece.
And Lind 3 for 8 against Jeff Locke. That's why he's in the lineup tonight.
And the Brewers believe in Adam Lind. They believe he is an everyday player when healthy, which means he plays against left-handed pitching. There is out number 2. Lind retired. 5 in a row for Jeff Locke. Domingo Santana with 2 away. Said it still sounds strange to hear his name in the lineup as the center fielder every night, but he's glad to have the playing time. Starting to settle in at the plate now. He's not looking over his shoulder. He knows he's going to be in the lineup on most nights. He did not start last night, but he did come into the game and actually contributed in last night's game in a pinch hit appearance. Santana had a double off the right field fence, hit a bullet out there. And that ball's ripped into left field way back. Harrison looks up. It's off the wall. Santana on his way to second with a double. Boy, that was hit like a bullet out to left field. Any elevation at all, that's going to be deep into the seats.
Yeah, look at this. Fastball down and in. That's a no-no spot for Santana. He likes it down there, and he's thinking maybe he had enough right on the top of the wall and in for a 2-out double. Boy, he hits them, they stay hit, doesn't he?
And it's a little bit of an unorthodox swing. It's a major uppercut. He puts a lot of top spin on it. He's a different body type, but the way the ball comes off the bat, it reminds me a lot of Jeff Bagwell.
Yeah.
Those top spin line drives.
Yeah, 6'5". He's got good leverage, and well, when he gets it on the sweet spot, they just jump off that bat.
Luis Sardinas takes a strike from the side.
And look at the extension on this. He gets this one nicely. Nice, good follow through. Pretty level swing there, but you're right, a bit of a little uppercut. Ted Williams said you should have a little uppercut.
Yeah, he did. I read that book. Didn't help.
The Science of Hitting.
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah.
Legendary.
I got a book. I got that book. We all got one in the regionals. We went to Miami. Ted Williams was there and signed them all for us.
I think my coach gave me mine. I thought it was a sign.
Yeah.
We welcome all of you joining us on the Fox Sports 1 families. All these rain delays around Major League Baseball. You found your way to Pittsburgh. Brian Anderson with Bill Schroeder.
It's raining, but we're playing.
We play in the rain here in Pittsburgh, by golly. So enjoy the broadcast while we have you. Hope your game will resume shortly. Santana at second base, and Sardinas fouls one away. Now, this is a very important night for the Pirates. They are home. They've got a big crowd here tonight. A number of them deciding not to weather it, but a fireworks show after. This has become one of these spots in Major League Baseball that the Pirates are back in contention again. Pittsburgh occupies that top wild card spot. They're a lock to make the postseason, but they have their sights set on the division. And with the Cardinals losing 2 games today, Pittsburgh is just 3 back. There's a called strike 3. Sardinas is rung up. Jeff Locke with 2 scoreless innings. Pirates are coming up. Zach Davies returns to the mound. Well, tonight be sure to catch Fox Sports Live on Fox Sports 1. They'll have complete highlights and analysis and a lot of weather reports. They'll get you caught up on the latest from the NFL and the world of sports. A lot of college football today. It's Fox Sports Live. It's tonight on FS1, streaming live on Fox Sports Go. Francisco Cervelli will lead off for the Pirates. Zach Davies, 3rd Major League start on the mound for the Brewers tonight. His 2nd start against the Pirates. Went 4 1/3 in his Major League debut back on the 2nd of September, allowing 4 earned runs. Pitched better than that line would indicate. He made 1 costly mistake in that game, challenging Aramis Ramirez, and he gave up a 3-run home run late in that game and then could not get through the 5th.
Everybody talking about all the changeups that he threw. He doubled up to Ramirez on fastballs in that at bat, and he ended up hitting it out.
And he punches out Cervelli to start the 2nd inning, his 2nd strikeout.
So once again tonight, I mean, establishing fastball rather than changeup early on, and you see Ashley holding that one nicely. Cervelli caught looking on a pitch inside. First 2 away. Strike 3 on the inside corner. And Davies Gets it up maybe 89, 90. Once in a while 90 miles an hour, but he's going to live around 88, 89.
Pedro Alvarez back in the starting lineup tonight. Aramis Ramirez started at first base in last night's game. Alvarez was out there for the opener. The Pirates and the Brewers are playing a 4-game series here this week, and it's the final meeting between these two teams this season. So that is why the urgency to play this game, as the rain lightly falls, steadily though.
Well, we knew there was going to be rain in Pittsburgh. We were warned of that when the team was in Miami. Anyway, thinking double headers. The unfortunate part of the way the schedule lays out, both teams have off on Monday. Nobody wants that. You don't want to lose an off day. They're pressing on the umpiring crew, deciding to get this one started tonight.
Scoreless here in the bottom of the second. Well, the Pirates boast as much power as any team in the big leagues down in the bottom of their order. Alvarez has 22 homers. Mercer only has 2, the shortstop, but he's been on the disabled list. He's a guy that can give you some pop in that 8th spot in the order. And Alvarez draws a walk, so he's not biting on the off-speed stuff. And the second walk issued by Davies.
They tried to get him on a changeup. You don't want to make a mistake to Alvarez on a fastball. Very vulnerable to off speed. He just wouldn't chase it.
Here's Jordy Mercer now. Pirates have committed the most errors in the National League. That is one area of concern for them as they march toward the postseason. But the return of Jordy Mercer at the shortstop position will certainly help that cause.
Yeah, the only team in the major leagues with more errors, the Oakland A's, 109. They got to tighten it up in the postseason, no doubt.
Watching the Pirates as we do so much in the Central Division, the two areas that give you a little pause going into the postseason with them, their defense and their base running. They do run into a lot of outs. Hurdle preaches that aggressive style, and that's all well and good. But the Pirates do run into a lot of outs, and they have a lot of great athletes up and down their lineup that can force the envelope.
It made 3 outs on the bases on Thursday. Should have had an out on the bases in the first inning. Josh Harrison trying to stretch his single. Should have been out. He was safe. Ball was bobbled. Can't make those mistakes in close games, and that's typically what happens in the postseason.
Yeah, and the postseason team's usually very adept on the defensive side of the game. It's hard to make it to the postseason and lead the league in errors. That's a rare combination. But the Pirates are as deep, maybe as talented as they have been in the PNC Park era, certainly. Maybe even going back to the early 90s in the Barry Bonds, Jim Leland era of the Pirates. And then certainly they're one of their more famous teams, that We Are Family team in the late 70s, and specifically the 79 Pirates.
Yeah, very good starting lineup and a very deep bench. I mean, veterans on the bench. Guys like Michael Morse and Sean Rodriguez. You got Chris Stewart, their backup catcher.
And even though the Cardinals have the best record in all of baseball and the team the Pirates are chasing, Pittsburgh feels like they can beat anybody in baseball. They certainly feel like they're a World Series contender. Slow roll to third, a wet baseball. Perez throws a good one to first.
Beautiful.
That's a lot harder on a night like this than normal.
Yeah, ever so important to be able to grab a bit of a seam when you're throwing a wet baseball. Yeah, the field was covered for the most part. Didn't get really wet until the game started. But you get that wet baseball, that wet leather, and sometimes it'll slip out of your hands. So that's why it's important to grab a seam. In this case, you just get lucky if you grab a seam. You really can't take time and grab one as you spin the ball around.
Second out of the inning. And the pitcher, Jeff Locke, will bat now. Zach Davies. And a first ball swinger is Locke. Fouls it away. Love this matchup tonight. These two pitchers. Not overpowering fastballs. Both of them have to pitch, really pitch, to be successful. They got to use all their stuff, their off-speed stuff. And both have excellent changeups.
And both command fastballs pretty well. That's the most important part. Sets up everything else.
Locke has 3 hits this season in 40 at-bats, if you're wondering. That is an .075 batting average. He has hopes to get on the interstate. A lot of people are trying to get off the interstate. He's trying to get on it. 2 outs in the second inning. And a pop-up with the raindrops falling. Davis is there, and that will retire the side. 2 scoreless in rainy Pittsburgh. We head to the third. Wisconsin is brought to you by Marshfield Clinic. Don't just live, shine. By Piggly Wiggly, the official supermarket of Fox Sports Wisconsin. And by Hupy and Abraham. 800-800-5678. Hupy and Abraham. Tell them you mean business. No score, rainy Pittsburgh. We head to the third inning. And a reminder that every weeknight, don't miss MLB Whip Around on FS1 with highlights, instant analysis, and live look-ins from around the league. MLB Whip Around is weeknight 6 p.m. Central on Fox Sports 1, streaming live on Fox Sports Go. Ponchos are out. Rain continues to fall. And it is moving into the most annoying level of the night at this moment. It hasn't been too bad until now.
It's starting to come down. This is when the water starts to drip off the bill of the helmet. Got to dry off the bat. You wonder how much longer the umpires are going to deal with this.
Nevin Ashley, his first at-bat of the night. He doesn't care if it's raining. He's just glad to be in the big leagues. Big league rain is much better than minor league rain, I promise. I could speak from experience on that one.
Well, the umpires knew it was going to be like this. They decided to stick it out, start the game, and the last thing they wanted to do was start it, have to stop it for a period of time, and then you lose your starting pitching.
2 balls and a strike, and Ashley fouls it away. Gives us a chance to get an update from Telly Hughes on Jonathan Lucroy. What's the latest on the Brewer catcher, Telly?
Well, Jonathan went to the UPMC, which is the University of Pittsburgh Medical Center, and he saw the experts on concussions, and he definitely has one, and that was officially diagnosed. But the point of him going over there was to get more information for the trainers as well as Jonathan Lucroy, and now he's just in a holding period. He's day to day, and Craig Counsell said that he'll just wait until he feels better, and if he does before the season ends, he will play. If not, he will sit the rest of the season out.
And I think the big concern for Lucroy and the Brewers is the fact that if he gets another foul tip, that would make things even worse.
There's a called strike 3. Ashley thought he had drawn the walk. Instead, it's a backwards K, and that is the 3rd strikeout for Jeff Locke. Better be up there swinging on a night like this.
Yeah, and that look a little bit low, but Fox Tracks had it borderline. So you're right, on a night like this, they're trying to get it in. You better be up there hacking. Jeff Locke's not afraid to come inside. He does do that. He doesn't throw hard. He'll throw inside. He'll actually double up with the fastball inside to keep you honest on that changeup.
So Locke facing the pitcher Davies. Yeah, the Lucroy situation it's a tough one for Lucroy, who wants to play. He's a guy that feels like he missed so much time earlier in the year. He was just starting to get his swing back. He was really swinging the bat well. It's a tough break for him because he does want to be out there. He doesn't want to call it a season just yet, but you have to be so patient with concussions, and that's really a major change from your era, Rock. I mean, he didn't really even talk about concussions much back in your day, but it's an important step. All sports have concussion protocol in place, and right here in Pittsburgh just so happens that one of the leading concussion clinics in the world is at the University of Pittsburgh, and I think Lucroy was fortunate that he was able to go over there today. They confirmed that it was a concussion. He still had some symptoms, and Brewers don't need to use the concussion DL as Davies lines out for the 2nd out.
Yeah, not in September. Rosters expand. You can bring up as many guys as you want, up to 40. So no big deal there. Yeah, back in the old days, it was kind of like, you get hit like that, and you're expected to be back in the lineup the next day unless you're really in bad shape. But Lucroy, if you talk to him, he's a little bit foggy. It's not something that's overly noticeable, on the surface, but something you have to be very concerned about. And it's good that he's taking the time off, and the Brewers are allowing him to get right. Because the last thing you need is another foul tip, and then you don't know what could happen. Look at Mike Matheny, the stuff that he went through, and that's some serious stuff.
And as Telly reported yesterday, Lucroy wanted all the fans to know that he's not getting worse. He's just not getting better, and so they need to stop down a little bit and take their time with it. And the Brewers are in a position where they don't really need him right now. Now, if the Brewers were in a pennant race, it would be a much bigger news story for sure. 2 outs for Segura,
but he still wouldn't be playing.
Still wouldn't be playing. The Brewers would, I'm sure, be trying to figure out what they're going to do. I think right now Counsell is very comfortable with a bit of a every other day scenario for Maldonado and Nevin Ashley. Gives Ashley some playing time. He's making his 2nd start.
And nothing for Lucroy to prove going into next year. They know what they have in Jonathan. Take a look at some of these other guys in different positions. See what you got going forward.
Little tapper, that's fair. Cervelli underhands it and out at first.
Nice play.
That is a long underhand, long distance to just get Segura at first base. Counsell wants the umpires to take a look. He might challenge.
Yeah, this is the only chance that Cervelli has. I mean, if he tries to overhand, there's no way.
They got him.
It's bang, bang, but it looks like Counsell satisfied with the call at first base.
Heck of a play by Cervelli. He is a very athletic catcher. Inning is over. 3 up, 3 down for Locke.
hammer the game winner, the Crossings Bar and Grill in Waiawega, Wisconsin. If they call the Brewers in the next 24 hours, they get 40 Miller Lite beer pen tickets to an April or May 2016 home game. This offer courtesy of the Tavern League of Wisconsin and Miller Lite.
All right, here we go to the bottom of the third. Gregory Polanco will lead off for the Pirates. Back to the top of the order for Davies, who has posted 2 scoreless innings. He's issued 2 walks. He's allowed a double to Harrison, and has survived a couple of hard hit balls. McCutchen hit a bullet into center field in the first inning, and then Walker had a line drive out. Pitching in the rain. Is that different than singing in the rain?
Yeah, a lot tougher. Can you sing? I heard you sing last night. It wasn't bad either.
No. We got Telly here, though. He's got that baritone. He's got that Barry White thing going a little bit. You know.
I like Barry White.
Might have to entertain us. That one misses outside, ball 4. So Polanco draws the 3rd walk issued by Davies.
You don't expect him to do what he did against the Marlins. I mean, it's a much different scenario, much different type of offense, but he was throwing one strike after another, had 5 different 3-up, 3-down innings. Faced a minimum in 6 innings and really had command, struggling with the command just a little bit. Knows that he can't get too much of the white of the plate. And just missing off the corners with both the changeup and the fastball.
Josh Harrison now with Polanco at first. Seems appropriate to connect that great song, Sing It in the Rain, with Pittsburgh. That was Gene Kelly.
Right.
Who's a Pittsburgh native.
Didn't know that.
Oh, yeah. I only know that because that's the video they play here in Pittsburgh when it rains, which means that video gets a lot of run. That's another base hit to center field. Harrison has both Pirates hits. He's 2 for 2. They both come to center field. And now 2 on with nobody out in this 3rd inning.
Yeah, having to get too much of the play because he's behind in a count. And Harrison able to get on top of it, dump it into center field. This is the situation you want to try to avoid as best you can, having to deal with Andrew McCutchen with a couple of men on and nowhere to put them.
First pitch strikes tonight for Davies. 5 out of 11. He's having a tough time getting ahead. And you got to be careful on that first pitch to Andrew McCutchen. He's always up there looking to do damage early. 2 on, nobody out. Heart of the order coming up for the Pirates. And McCutchen, right center, trouble. A base hit. Coming in to score is Polanco. Harrison will go into third base. And McCutchen on the first pitch delivers the game's first run. His 91st RBI of the year.
Yeah, that's what he does. He will ambush the fastball early in the count. First pitch with men on base. And able to dump one in front of Ryan Braun out there in right field. So the Pirates strike first here in the rain. You don't want to fall behind too much. I mean, you don't know how long this game's going to go. The rain continues to fall harder and harder. And Pirates take an early lead.
Rick Granite's his first visit to the mound with the young Davies. Might be talking a little pitch selection here with Ashley and Davies.
You know, it's hard to really, mix in the off-speed stuff when you just can't get ahead in the count. Even when he throws a strike early in the count, it's over the heart of the plate. End up in the strike zone. Stark contrast to what he did in Miami.
Here's Aramis Ramirez. Nobody out. Runners at the corners now. Ramirez walked his last time up. Was stranded at first. Davies stranded a pair in the first inning. And Ramirez lines one. That's fair. Off the side wall. Another runner's in. Harrison. McCutchen's going to go to third. And Aramis Ramirez into second base with an RBI double. 2 pitches have produced 2 RBI hits for the Pirates. 2-0 Pittsburgh.
And once again, first and third. That was a changeup, first pitch changeup. It looked like Ramirez was waiting for it. A little bit out in front, but nobody does that better than Ramirez, taking a pitch away and able to hook it and keep it fair. Harrison scores, and McCutchen all the way around to third base. Well, first pitch fastball to McCutchen. First pitch changeup, 3 pitches and 3 hits against Zach Davies.
3 hits and a walk in the inning. Second time through the batting order has been a challenge for Davies. Neil Walker now, and he takes the first pitch. Davies misses. Walker lined out his last time up. Hit one deep to left. Davis made a running catch over the shoulder to end the inning. Two and 0. And now 3 balls, no strikes.
Yeah, this is all part of the learning process and pitching in the major leagues. You know, Davies knows he doesn't have his best stuff. It's a grind just to try and find a strike on the corners. Got to figure out a way to get through the inning. Not easy. And it's not easy on Nevin Ashley trying to figure out what to call just to get a strike.
Walker might have the green light, 3-0 here, and he takes ball 4. Walked him on 4 straight. And this one's turning into a mess here in the 3rd inning. 2 on, or rather 2 in, 3 on now. Bases loaded full of Pirates for Francisco Cervelli.
And nobody out.
Cervelli struck out looking in the 2nd. Davies with 2 Ks, 4 walks allowed. Needs a double play ball here. And a wave and a miss out in front of that changeup.
Good arm action on it. That one actually had a little bit of a cut to it as opposed to the sinking action.
Tough spot for Davies. Looks like the corner infielders for the Brewers would come home on a ground ball. Middle infielders are going to take a shot to turn 2.
You can't bring everybody in. I mean, you're really asking for a huge inning if he flares one over the infield. So the middle of the infield is in double play depth. Trying to cover as much ground as it can.
1 ball, 1 strike on Cervelli. And that one misses away. 2-1. Try to keep the bat dry. Those raindrops drifting off the helmet. Just a steady rain right now.
It's coming down pretty good, isn't it?
Yeah, this is the most significant rain of the night. Ground ball back up the middle, a base hit. And another run is in, and now Santana misplays it, and a second run will score. So that makes it 4-0. That'll be an error on Domingo Santana. 2 RBI single, make it an RBI single for Cervelli. And second run coming in on an E8.
Down in the count once again, 2-1. And Davies having to come down the middle into center field. They're going to hold the runner at third base until this happens. Well, and Nera's going to score another run.
Still nobody out. And early bullpen activity. Cesar Jimenez starting to unwind out there. Pirates have scored 4 in this inning. 4-0 Pittsburgh. Still nobody out in the third. Davies has issued 2 walks and 4 hits. McCutchen, Ramirez, and Cervelli with RBIs. And now it's Alvarez, who is the 7th batter of the inning. And a ground ball. Lind to second for the out there. And that's all the Brewers will get. That's the first out of the inning.
And good play by Lind, trying to throw that wet baseball through a strike over to Segura to get the out. So you keep the double play alive.
And here comes Jordy Mercer now. Now the hardest it has rained tonight right now.
This umpiring crew just trying to get 5 innings in. And the Pirates with a 4-0 lead. That's going to be a challenge to get 2 more innings in this way, in these conditions.
Yeah, we are right in the throes of a big green blob on the radar. Davies deals strike 1 to Mercer. 2 scoreless innings for Davies to start, but it's all come apart here in the third. These 2 teams will wrap up this series tomorrow, day game tomorrow. And then the Pirates will continue their homestand against the Cubs. And a 4-game series against the Cubs starting Monday. Ground ball to short. Chance for 2. Segura to Sardinas, and the throw not in time. And another run is in.
That ball just died in the grass. It was hit pretty well, but a couple of hops in that wet grass slowed it down, and that disrupted the timing. That ball just dies in that grass, and Segura with a long flip, and Sardinas a little bit late on the transfer over there, and another run in. I think Brewers with a golden opportunity to turn 2, not able to do it. Luis Sardinas not throwing the ball all that well.
Close play, but a good call, and it's now 5-0 Pirates. 5 runs are in. They have batted around. The pitcher, Jeff Locke, the 9th batter of the inning. Pirates come in with a record of 84-56, second best record in the National League behind the Cardinals. They've had a tough time against Milwaukee, however. The inning comes to an end, but a big one for the Pirates against Zach Davies, a 5 spot as we go to the 4th. brought to you by Miller Lite, the original light Pilsner. Cheers, it's Miller time. And by the Wisconsin Lottery, reminding you to please play responsibly. Rain falling in Pittsburgh. Just a light rain, though. Pirates raining down in that third inning, scoring 5 runs. And they lead it now as we head to the top of the fourth. It's now time for you to tweet us your strongest fan photo. Use hashtag #WishDataStrongFan. You just might see yourself in an upcoming broadcast. Brought to you by T-Mobile. Saw a conversation between innings. The head grounds crew member and the crew chief, Fielding Culbreth. So that's a good sign, because after that conversation, your first look is over there to that tarp, and the cover is still on it.
So Neil Walker get involved in that conversation. Get off the field. Let's go.
Yeah, he's right.
We got to get going here. Had a grounds crew doing a heck of a job. It seems like every time we're here in Pittsburgh, we see a little bit of rain. We were very fortunate the first 2 games of this series. Perfect conditions here at PNC. Picking up for it tonight.
It has to be the hardest working grounds crew in baseball.
Yeah.
It rains a lot here. They don't mind these Pirates fans. Got their ponchos out. These guys are ready to go just in case. But right now it's playable but aggravating.
And the tarp's covered too, which is a good sign.
Hernan Perez will lead off for the Brewers. They had to come out and do a little maintenance in the running lanes and on the mound. Just put a little diamond dry down. It's basically like kitty litter. Serves the same function. And even makes things smell nice.
Absorbs any kind of moisture, right?
Perez on the first pitch, right to Walker. And there is out number 1.
Problem with the diamond dry is that after the game or when things dry out, the ground crew has to remove every bit of it. So extra work for them.
Is that right?
They don't just leave it there.
Can't just leave it out there.
They got to scrape it off.
And then what do you do with it? Do you make it diamond dry again, or do you dispose of it?
Put it in a bag and send it to a pet store.
And call it game used kitty litter.
Have McCutchen sign it and they'll sell it. Guaranteed.
Here's Braun with 1 away.
I think if Andrew McCutchen sold anything, they'd sell it.
That's true. That is true. He is one of the faces not only of the Pirates, but one of the faces of Major League Baseball.
Yeah.
One of the most popular players in all of sports.
Short hair and all.
I miss the old dreadlocks.
Yeah.
That was kind of his thing, you know.
It was a good cause, though.
Kind of his calling card. Yeah, he donated his dreadlocks to a charitable cause. Locks of Love, I think it's called.
Good for him. Guy like that doesn't need a gimmick. Yeah, Bat does his talking.
I remember back in the day here when Lasting's Millage was part of the outfield. They used to call that outfield Club Dread. They all had dreadlocks. As Braun is retired. 2 outs.
Hey, Brewers second baseman Scooter Gennett gets his very own Garden Gnome next Sunday, September 20th. The Brewers host the Reds, and all fans will get a one-of-a-kind Scooter Gnome courtesy of Waterstone Bank. To reserve your spot, go to Brewers.com today.
Here's Chris Davis now with 2 away. Locke's pitching well. He's only given up 1 hit. He's throwing a ton of strikes right now. The only hit was a Santana double to left. 46 pitches for Locke, 32 of them strikes. That's a very high ratio. And another strike, a swing and a foul.
Get a lead. It's raining. You got to be able to throw strikes and get this thing moving along. Seems to be slowing down a little bit. That's good news.
Seems like throwing strikes in the rain is a challenge. Everybody wants you to throw strikes because it's raining. But you're dealing with a wet baseball and the annoyance of the rain. Locke's hoping to be a part of their postseason roster this year. Certainly will be. That was not the case in 2013 when he made the All-Star team in 2013 and then pitched so poorly in the second half that he went to the minor leagues and then was not on the postseason roster for the Pirates. Pittsburgh won the wild card game here that year against Cincinnati and then went into the division series.
If that's not incentive for a guy, what is, right?
No doubt.
He's pitched pretty well here at PNC. Coming in 15th start tonight at home this year.
There's a swing and a miss. Davis strikes out and the inning is over. 4 strikeouts for Locke. Pirates coming up bottom of the 4th. Manny Lopez, the head groundskeeper here, hardest working man in show business tonight, guaranteed. They don't have any rain trouble in St. Pete, but David Ortiz made it rain. Home run number 500 of his career. The 27th player in MLB history. That's our Columbia St. Mary's. Worth another look. Congratulations to David Ortiz. Look at the Red Sox there to greet him.
Yeah.
An esteemed list, and they're all coming down from the bullpen. That was cool.
Hall of Fame's in his future.
500 homers. And wants to play again, wants to keep going. He's under contract next season.
Can't imagine him not making the Hall of Fame, right? I mean, 500 homers? Gotta be.
He's hit 2 home runs in that game. Yeah, I think you're right.
But we already have a DH in the Hall of Fame, Frank Thomas. Of course, a big hurt. Played a lot of first base, too.
Gregory Polanco will start the 4th inning. He also started the 3rd inning with a walk, and that started a 5-run frame for Pittsburgh. And no rain coming down at all right now. And down goes Polanco, a called strike 3. So the 3rd strikeout for Davey. 2nd time he's gotten Polanco.
You were non-committal on a David Ortiz thing.
No, I said I think you're right.
Oh, okay.
I think there are PED thoughts kind of along the lines for me for with a Jeff Bagwell type. I think there are those thoughts out there, and the baseball writers are the ones who have the vote for the Hall of Fame. But take that away and just look at the numbers, which is all we really have to go on. And I think David Ortiz is by all means a Hall of Famer. And when you throw in the fact that he's been a part of those winning Red Sox franchises, World Series champion, completely changing that organization.
Clutch player in the postseason.
Huge numbers in some of the biggest situations. So yeah, all the numbers and his performance on the biggest stage all stack up. But he's not ready to find that out just yet. He wants to keep playing, and then 5 years after he retires, that would be a very interesting vote.
He can play a long time in the American League as a DH.
Red Sox have a lot of change coming their way. Dave Dombrowski just took over as president of baseball operations, and he is in search of a new general manager. I was looking at it the other day. There could be 10 to 12 GM openings at the end of the season. The Brewers are one of them. They're already starting that process of interviewing candidates and searching for their next general manager. They'd like to have somebody in place quickly, maybe even by the end of the season.
Yeah, it's moving along nicely from what we hear. I think Craig Counsell is thinking about who he wants to get up. Saw Jimenez up last inning. 5 walks now for Zach Davies, which big difference tonight than what he was able to do against the Marlins last time out. Hadn't been able to find the command that he had 5 days ago.
So here is McCutchen now with a runner at first and 1 away. Now we're keeping our eye on this Brewers Pirates game, but also keeping our eye on the Brewers minor league system as well. The AA Biloxi Shuckers are involved in the Southern League playoffs. They got a great performance last night. Biloxi sent to the mound a guy that came over with Santana in that deal with the Houston Astros, Hauser, who went the distance last night. He struck out 10 batters in a complete game 3 hitter. Biloxi winning the first 2 games of that series. Telly's been watching game 3 as they take on Pensacola. What's the latest there? I guess they're in Pensacola tonight, right, Telly? They're on the road tonight.
Pensacola Bayfront Stadium, the stadium we talked about last night, and Shuckers can close out the series if they can pick up the win, and they are up 1-0 in the top of the 3rd inning, and we'll definitely keep our eye on that. But listen to some of these things. Orlando Arcia hit his first postseason home run last night in game 2, but the Shuckers have out-hit the Wahoos 22-6 over the first 2 games. So that's pretty impressive. Last night they were able to beat them 6-0 down in Biloxi, and tonight it's 1-0 top of the 3rd inning. Shuckers over the Blue Wahoos.
Yeah, there you go. You know what a Blue Wahoo is now.
I know now.
Okay.
Thanks to you.
You know what the special was over at Schmick's today? It was the Wahoo.
Grilled Wahoo.
The grilled Wahoo. We thought about you, Telly.
What are the chances?
What was it last night? The Ono?
The Ono, yeah.
Yeah.
Hawaiian word for delicious.
That's right.
They call it that too.
Yeah.
By the way, Tyler.
Was it Ono?
Yeah.
Tyler Wagner's on the mound for Biloxi tonight, and he made his big league debut earlier this year. The Brewers are very high on him, and Wagner will have a great chance to perhaps pitch his way to the major leagues next season. Might even see him this season. You never know. The Brewers are hinting that they are going to call up some players from that Biloxi team, not telling us who that would be. They don't want that getting out, but I think the idea, even if Biloxi goes all the way into the finals, they play 2 rounds there, so they're in the division series round now, best of 5, and then they'll have the league championship round. There'll still be about 2 weeks remaining in the major league season, so I know Counsell wants to get his eyes on some of those players. McCutchen, high fly ball into right field, and Braun will put it away for the 2nd out. All right, rock our carsoup.com trivia tonight from Brian Mikulajic. Since 1990, who is the youngest pitcher to win a game with the Brewers? Davies was the winner at 22 years of age in his last start, which was his 2nd major league start. Good question.
Did you get the answer to that one? They give me the answer every day.
No,
Don't
that's
tell me
not
they don't.
true.
I saw the paper yesterday.
That wasn't the answer. That was ancillary information.
Yeah. Okay. I don't know who that would be.
Now we'll see if we can get to the answer. I'm sure Telly knows. He's a bit of a Brewers trivia buff. Sometimes I think Telly comes up with those questions.
Yeah, I think Telly's on that same email list that I'm not on.
There's a lot of email lists you're not on.
I know that.
I mean,
the question and answer and ancillary information to make you all sound good.
But we do have you using the word ancillary now, which is a bonus.
Thank you. That and ominous. We were given that one when we came on the air today.
And it was a perfect description.
Ominous clouds. But he wanted credit for it, which you didn't give him.
That would be Mark Vittorio, tonight's director. Tonight's game produced by Brad Weimer. Brian Michalogic doing whatever he does in there. And Lisa Rodriguez rolling back all those great replays you see. She's one of the best. And has to put up with the others every night somehow. Ramos Ramirez with 2 away. He's got Harrison at first base. Drove in a run with a double his last time up. Pirates scored 5 runs in the 3rd inning. That's hit hard into left center field. Trouble. It's going to go all the way to the wall, and Harrison is going to come all the way around. And Ramirez with an RBI double to make it 6-0 Pittsburgh. Back-to-back doubles for Ramirez, his 2nd RBI of the night.
Now once again falling behind in the count, and Ramos Ramirez able to take advantage of a fastball down the middle. Josh Harrison with good speed, running on contact, and he's able to score without a throw. This one's getting away from Zach Davies.
And Craig Counsell is going to make a move here. So Davies is coming out. Tough night at the office in his 3rd major league start. And to the bullpen goes Counsell, down 6-0. Here comes Loesch. And the Brewers are going to use this final month of the season to try to get some of these growing pains out of the way leading up to next year. So here's Kyle Loesch coming out of the bullpen. Not where his season thought it would end up, but Loesch will try to settle things down tonight. He does have 2 saves, including a save in the opener of this series on Thursday night.
Yeah, pitcher scores 13 inning against the Pirates. That was on Thursday night. That was save number 2 in his career. both coming this year. You see his numbers, a .611 earned run average, a season that I think Kyle Loesch would like to forget.
So 2 men are out. Davies goes 3 2/3 innings. He throws 79 pitches here tonight. And Walker on the first pitch, ranging over Sardinhas, and that'll be the 4th inning. Pirates get one more though, and they lead 6-0. We're headed to the 5th from PNC Park.
Community. The Brewers Community Foundation harnesses the pride, passion, and commitment of our fans, players, and other supporters to positively impact the community. The foundation provides resources to quality nonprofits in the areas of health, education, recreation, and basic needs. Thanks for your support. When we all play on the same team, everyone wins. Yeah.
All right, Telly, thanks. Brewers doing good work in the community. Here we go to the 5th inning now. The Crew down 6-0. It's been an ugly one for Milwaukee tonight.
They've only had one base runner.
That was Santana. He doubled in the 2nd inning with 2 outs. That's been it. Locke has 4 strikeouts. He has not walked a batter. And Locke has only thrown 50 pitches through the first 4 innings. Most of those strikes, he's got 35 strikes. And that's a strike to get Adam Lynn's at bat started. They got a long day of baseball in New York going on. The Blue Jays and the Yankees played a doubleheader, or playing a doubleheader today. The first game, Rock, went 11 innings. Toronto won that game 9-5, scoring 4 runs in the top of the 11th. The second game of the doubleheader is in the 6th inning, and that's in a rain delay.
And Toronto winning that game.
6-3 Blue Jays. Toronto already a 3.5 game lead over the Yankees in the division. They can go to 4.5. Lind deep to center, but McCutchen playing deep runs it down for out number 1. Cubs and Phillies are in the bottom of the 2nd inning. They're scoreless. It's a key matchup in this National League Central Division race.
Yeah, the Pirates have their eyes on the St. Louis Cardinals. They're right on their heels, and Cubs right on the heels of the Pirates. So that's really starting to tighten up. You know, those 3 teams are all going to be going to the postseason, you would imagine. But what order will they be in when it's all said and done? The Brewers are going to have a lot to say about it.
St. Louis lost a suspended game from last night. They picked it up today, lost that game. to the Reds. It was a 2-2 tie when it was suspended. Then they lost the regularly scheduled game. Pittsburgh could go to 2.5 back at the end of play today, and the Cubs could get to 4.5 back. So those are the current updated standings, counting the Cardinals' losses, and then the Pirates and Cubs game still in progress.
And the Cardinals lost today, 5-1.
Interesting bit in the American League that the Minnesota Twins could catch the Rangers in the second wild card position tonight. They're just a game back as Santana strikes out. The 5th punch out for Jeff Locke, 2 away in the inning. That's 9 in a row retired by Locke. As promised earlier in the game, we have selected the Data Strong fan photo of the game. Tweet your strongest fan photo to hashtag #WisDataStrongFan. Brenda's checking in tonight with Bernie Brewer. It's all brought to you by T-Mobile. First ball swinging Sardinas into center field. And Locke with a walk in the park. Makes it an official game, however. 3 up, 3 down in the 5th for the Crew. Pirates. These fans are hanging tough tonight. Got a fireworks show planned. Carsoup.com trivia. Looking for the youngest pitcher to win a game with the Brewers going back to the '89 season. Yeah, that would be Jeff D'Amico.
Big Daddy.
Yeah,
there you go.
20 years of age. Beat the Blue Jays.
Started the first game ever at Miller Park.
There's a good list. You got Gallardo, who's on the mound for the Rangers tonight. That was his rookie year in '07 at age 21. Brewers are hopeful that some of their young pitching will emerge as top of the rotation talents. Tell you, we're talking about that Double-A Biloxi team. Chris Hook's their pitching coach, and he raves about the velocity, the talent, the pitchability down at that level. He said he's not seen anything like it in his career, and he's done it a long time. He's an excellent minor league pitching coach, and it gives the Brewers a lot of hope moving forward that they're going to have some arms coming to the big leagues. But you got to get them up here, and you got to get them used to the big league setting.
They start them out, in spring training, and the Brewers have been able to stock their minor league system this year with some of the trades that they've made, and some of the draft choices.
Cervelli sends one down the line. That is a foul ball. Close, but foul. All that's well and good, but the Brewers know guys like Jimmy Nelson and Willie Peralta they have to lock down the top of that rotation.
Yeah.
You're hoping Matt Garza is going to be that guy. Not sure what he's going to come back like next season, but he's going to be the only one with any experience or any long experience. Of course, Peralta and Jimmy, I mean, they've been here a couple of years now, so you're hoping they move into their prime now. And
yeah, right now Willie's got the most experience of anybody in the starting rotation.
Yeah, he's 26.
Yeah. I think the Brewers are happy with where they are in the starting rotation. Got to fill some holes in the position player side.
There's a called strike 3. Loesch punches out Cervelli for the first out of this 5th inning.
And you got to tip your hat to Kyle Loesch, a guy that got a lot of pride in what he does, and very disappointing season, willing to go to the bullpen and eating up innings in a game like this. You got to admire what he does. That's what a pro does. That's what a team leader does. Does what it takes. Earn your money, whichever way the club decides.
That certainly doesn't cast Matt Garza in a good light. That's a little cue shot. Nobody's over there with the shift. And that's going to be an infield hit for Pedro Alvarez.
Not a whole lot you can do about that. Yeah, Alvarez will take it. His first hit. Hey, the Brewers renew their rivalry with Yadier Molina and the St. Louis Cardinals this coming Tuesday through Thursday. And with Brewers dynamic deals, you can find a great deal on tickets, including Lowe's outfield seats for just $34 and Terrace Reserve for just $18. For tickets, go to brewers.com/deals. And those are good deals.
Ground ball, base hit. Mercer into right. Back-to-back hits against Loesch from the bottom of that Pittsburgh batting order. And 2 on now with the pitcher coming up.
Yeah, taking the fastball up. It was away, but it was up. That's not where Loesch wanted it. Yeah, Kyle, I think, thought he had a double play ball. Just got out of the reach of Sardinius and into right field. Never good to have the opposing starting pitcher with his 3rd at bat in the 5th inning.
Now Locke is 0 for 2. And he's pitching very well for the Pirates tonight. He's retired 10 straight. They're going to ask him to bunt here. A wet ball. And Loesch makes a play. 1-3 on a sacrifice bunt. That's how you score it. Pitcher to first baseman. 2 outs in the inning. Going to be 2nd and 3rd for Polanco in the top of the order. Second and 3rd for Loesch. Pirates lead 6-0. I was checking other scores, Rock. I remember Jose Fernandez coming back tonight to pitch for the Marlins. The Brewers missed him there in Miami. And we were wondering if he would be rusty after he's coming back from Tommy John surgery. He did come back. He pitched well for about a month. They had to put him back on the disabled list, and now he's back tonight. And he goes 5 innings. 2 hits, no runs, 7 strikeouts in 5 innings. I mean, this guy is a special talent.
Yeah, no kidding. I mean, all that time, and the Washington Nationals behind again, 2-0.
And the Mets lead again, 2-1.
Yeah, Washington on a runaway elevator right now.
It's like the that ride at Disney, that Tower of Terror.
Yeah, right.
It's a like fast drop.
Yeah. They were right there, and then the Mets swept them. Lost to the Marlins last night and losing tonight.
Mets are printing playoff tickets right now. 8.5 games up. As it stands at this moment, it would be Mets Dodgers. And then the Cardinals would play the wild card winner. Wild card game would be the Pirates and the Cubs here in Pittsburgh. Lowe strikes out Polanco to end the inning. A scoreless fifth for Lowe. 6-0 Bucks.
Pino had a nice lead, but it was ultimately Sauerkraut Saul with the big victory tonight. Hey, don't forget, next Saturday is Fan Appreciation Night at Miller Park, presented by Chevrolet. The Brewers host the Reds, and all fans will be automatically entered to win a number of great prizes, including the grand prize of a brand new Chevy Trax. For details, go to brewers.com/fan appreciation. They had some pierogies in the press room tonight.
Yeah, we crushed him. Which one's Saul, Rock?
The one in the back. He came from all the way in the back.
In the red?
The yellow.
Oh, really? So O is who?
Oliver Onion.
And then H?
Jalapeno.
Hannah?
Yeah.
And then what about the orange one here?
I don't know. Wasn't that good enough that I knew those?
I feel like Saul's the red one.
No.
But I'm not sure. Which one's that one? That's the yellow
That's
one.
Saul right there.
Oh, that's Saul, and then
Chester Cheese is one of them.
it feels like orange might be Chester Cheese. That
might be him.
Might be a good thing. I'm telling you, Rock, I'm pretty sure that's Saul.
All right, well, go ahead. He's Saul then. I'll give it to you.
I'm pretty confident.
All right.
Man, you have been the pierogi race expert all these years. Now I feel like I've finally arrived. You had me at Hannah Jalapeno.
I know the names, though, but, sometimes, the name and the color. I'm bad with faces,
Now, what kind of pierogi is Saul?
Sauerkraut.
Oh, sauerkraut.
They had cheese, Chester cheese jalapenos in the press room. Fry them up with onions. Good stuff.
Famous for their pierogies.
Actually, the bratwurst with a pierogi, great combination.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Seems like a lot of carbs.
It is. What's your point?
Is that wrong?
That's a good winter meal right there.
Nevin Ashley leading off for the Brewers in this 6th inning. Trying to snap this run for Jeff Locke. He's retired 11 straight, make it 10 straight. Brewers have just one hit, one base runner tonight. And that's going to be 11 in a row for Locke as Ashley is retired.
There was a 2-out double by Domingo Santana. Had he not been able to get that hit, then this game would have an extra A bit of interest around the country. But he did get the hit. That's the only base runner the Brewers have had.
Kyle Loesch getting an at-bat here in the 6th. And will try to pitch as long as he can. Loesch is getting a lot more work out of the bullpen than he ever dreamed. The Brewers starters are not going deep into games often, and Loesch has been the guy to get the work.
And one of the few left in that 13 inning game, ended up getting a save. Had a 2-run lead in the 13th. And able to throw up a scoreless inning. Do whatever it takes. Kyle Loesch, big fan.
Counsell just raving about his contributions to the Brewers. He had 2 great years for Milwaukee. This year has been sideways, but he's handled it well, and just talks about it's the way a big leaguer should be. It's the way he should go about his business. He's a great example for the young players.
Check your pride at the door, right?
And it wasn't always that way for Loesch. I think that's important to mention as well. You know, Loesch and Ron Gardenhire got into very public disagreements during his time with the Minnesota Twins. And Loesch says to this day, that was on me. You know, I felt like I could do everything and I knew everything, and I was a 4-seam fastball hard thrower back then, and I thought I could strike everybody out and was bullheaded. It wasn't until he got to the Cardinals that he began to reshape his style, and it's really extended his career by 5, 6, 7 years. We'll see how long he's able to play. He's hoping to play next year and keep it going. That is going to fall, a base hit. That is over the head of Polanco, and a ground rule double. So Loesch, who can swing the bat a little bit, snaps this string of 11 straight retired by Locke.
Yeah, good battle. Pitch number 7, and Locke leaves that one up in the strike zone, just barely able to keep it fair. Now off the wall, out of play, and 1-out double for Kyle. Rewarded with a double for his trouble tonight.
And here is Segura now. Brewers trying to score a run for the first time. Segura grounds one foul.
This is a guy with a 4.5 earned run average. Although he did pitch pretty well his last time out against Cincinnati. He's laid one on him at Miller Park 2 starts ago.
I think the ice cream man is here. Maybe not.
What's your ice cream of choice when the ice cream man comes? Chocolate eclair?
They call it, my ice cream man, we call it the Rocket. The blue, white, and red one.
Yeah, popsicle.
Bomb Pops. It's come pouring out of the houses chasing that guy down. Probably wasn't the safest thing to do, now that I think about it. Slow roller to Ramirez. Segura's out. And there is out number 2 on the play. Loesch goes to third. Fox Sports Wisconsin is proud to partner with the Girls on the Run Greater Milwaukee to empower girls to be healthy and confident. Join us for the Girls on the Run Fall 5K. That's Sunday, November 15th at Bayshore Town Center in Glendale. To register, visit foxsportswisconsin.com. Click on the upcoming events tab.
Go right there. You see the pointer.
foxsportswisconsin.com.
There you go.
Hernan Perez with 2 away. Look out. Inside, almost hit him. Remember Telly was telling us about Orlando Arcia, who homered last night. He had another one tonight for Biloxi. He's got 2 doubles and a homer. And Biloxi is winning big against Pensacola. They put up a 5-run 4th inning. And Biloxi trying to sweep that semifinal series. A win tonight, that would put them into the finals. It's fun keeping track of those guys.
It'd be nice to see some of those guys come up here for a couple of weeks.
Perez strikes out. Inning is over. And the Brewers strand Loesch at third base. A 5-run inning. While Davies in that 3rd inning. Miller Lite, what's on tap? We're at it tomorrow afternoon after 3 night games here in Pittsburgh. That is a noon start on Fox Sports Wisconsin. Taylor Youngman, Francisco Liriano will match up. And Youngman will get the Pirates once again. He made his major league debut against the Pittsburgh Pirates and is 3-0 against the Pirates in his brief big league career. 3 of his 9 wins have come against the Buccos. So Loesch back at it, and he'll start his 2nd full inning. Came on to get the final out of the 4th inning. A big curveball fouled away.
Hey, Youngman beat Liriano back at North Park. 4-1 victory for Milwaukee. Liriano's had his troubles against the Brew Crew. Overall, has been very good, though.
And that's going to fall. Josh Harrison, a 3-hit night tonight. He's 3 for 3 with a walk.
Check this out. That's not a bad pitch. He just making good contact on just about everything. A couple of hits, a couple of runs scored, a walk. Good day for him. You don't think John Shelby's happy about that, do you?
Maybe only inside, watching his nephew, Josh Harrison. T-bone.
Doesn't look happy.
He said he smiled once after Harrison got a hit, long after the hit, and somebody caught him doing it. He said, I was trying to keep contained. He's really proud of Josh. And
why wouldn't you be?
Certainly don't want to show up anybody. I mean, family first, but he wants to He always says, I want a Brewers win and I want Josh to have a good night, but I want the Brewers to win the game.
Right. Kelly did a nice interview with the two of them a couple of nights ago.
Harrison got a big contract after his All-Star season last season. Clint Hurdle was talking about getting Harrison in the lineup as often as he has lately. Tonight was a late ad because Marte was in the original lineup and he was scratched. And Hurdle had a great description for Josh Harrison. Said, I'm getting him in there as much as possible because he's the guy that helps us hit the go button. And we need that guy that helps us hit the go button moving into the postseason.
Yeah, big energy. Yep, you can see it.
Well, you'll be able to see that Josh Harrison, John Shelby piece that Telly did tomorrow. It's a good one. There is one aspect of Josh Harrison's gear. You see that sweatband right there on his left arm. So that's got an image, a cartoon image of Harrison with his signature. That's kind of an old school 80s thing that we used to see with a number of the Dodgers players. And John Shelby was the first one to do it. Hot ground ball right to Sardinas. And that'll turn into a routine double play. Nice play by Luis. 4-6-3 double play.
Yeah, there's your double play. Los thought he had one last inning, but this one right at Sardinas and erases Josh Harrison, wristband and all. You see the caricature? You see, I had a top hat on.
Had the top hat.
Yeah.
T-Bone used to wear one of those. He still has a box of them from his days as a Dodger. As a matter of fact, I believe Gene Segura wore one from the John Shelby era. But yeah, there was a guy in Los Angeles. You know, the guy who runs the door at the press entrance to the Vince Scully press box.
Yeah,
it's his son who does that.
Oh,
he makes those, and he's been doing it a long time and kind of lost its ground in the big leagues with all of the different companies out there sponsoring players' attire, batting gloves, and sweatbands and shoes and things like that. But he's bringing it back. I remember those very well as a kid. I remember Dusty Baker had one. Had his picture on it. A broken bat, ground ball to short. And Loesch putting up another 0 in the 6th. We're going to the 7th inning. And the Pirates are up big 6-0. Rainy night in Pittsburgh. The Pirates got it rolling in the 3rd inning. McCutchen driving in the first run with a double to right center. Next batter was Ramirez. He drove in a run. The next batter, Neil Walker, walks, and then Cervelli came up. Had an RBI single. There was an error out there by Santana to score another run, and when it was all said and done, it was a 5-run inning. Ramirez in the fourth added to it. An RBI double for Ramos, his second hit of the night, his second RBI. 6-0 Pittsburgh as we go to the 7th inning now. As the rain still falls and the ponchos are still out. And they're all awaiting a fireworks show after the game tonight. Can you send off fireworks in the rain?
Why not? Probably safer.
Yeah, you're probably right. Good point. Ryan Braun leads off.
And lost in all this is how well Jeff Locke's been throwing tonight. I mean, it's been all offense for Pittsburgh. Zach Davies just didn't have it tonight, but Jeff Locke's been terrific, able to throw strikes. He has been on the attack with a big lead.
Locke gave up a double to Santana in the second inning with 2 outs. Gave up a double to Loesch with 1 out last inning. Had retired 11 straight before that Loesch hit. Cue shot over there to Alvarez, and he hits Locke on the run. Close play. Braun is safe. Ryan sniffing a hit, and he legs it out.
Yeah, busting it down there to first base. And, you know, Alvarez did not lead Locke very well. He had to stop to make the catch on the flip. Look at Brawny. You know, Locke falling off toward third base. Watch the flip. A little bit high. Not leading him very well, and I think that's all it took to have Braun able to beat it at first base. The unique ability to find that extra gear when he can sniff a hit.
Here's Davis. Down and in. Third time through the batting order here against Locke as we play in the 7th inning. Brewers won the opener. The Pirates won last night, and Pittsburgh leading 6-0 tonight on 9 hits, 5 runs and 4 hits coming in that third inning. They also had 2 walks in that inning. Tough night for Zach Davies. 3 2/3, 6 runs, 6 earned runs. He walked 5 in his 3 2/3. He'll have better nights. And he's going to get a chance. That's the most important thing.
Yeah.
I think all these guys are up here. They know they don't have to look over their shoulder. Brewers are in a position where they can give guys a good long look and try to make them as comfortable as they can, which is tough to do when you're in the big leagues for the first time. Counsell knows that feeling.
I'll do it now rather than later, right? Just get it out of the way. Even when you're 22 years old, Brewers have a very young pitching staff. Jeff Locke finds himself in trouble in this 7th inning. Infield hit and walk.
2 on, nobody out. See if the Brewers can make a little noise here as Hurdle goes to the phone. He'll get his bullpen charged up. What the heck is that? Oh, the Shark. That's right. You got the Shark down there, Melanson. Don't feed the Sharks. I get it. Thought it was a promo for Sharknado 6, which I hear is going to be shot right here in Pittsburgh. I just made that part up.
What was it? Shark what?
Sharknado. You're not familiar with the phenomenon that is Sharknado?
No.
I got to get you on the Netflix.
I enjoyed Shark Week.
There have been 3 Sharknadoes, Rock, and there's a 4th one coming.
It's a movie?
It's a movie, yeah. It's a really bad movie, but it's so bad it's good. It's kind of funny. Like sharks, it's a shark in a tornado.
You've watched
There's
them?
a bunch of sharks.
You've watched them?
And they come. Yeah, I have.
No, you haven't.
No, I have.
No.
No, my wife's into it. Here's Adam Lind.
Sharknado. Oh, yeah. Okay, I get it.
It's probably the dumbest movie ever made, but that's kind of what makes it funny. They got all these cameos by the stars.
See, in my house, you know, Kate picks movies, and she would never pick that. Like touchy-feely movies, stuff like that. You know, fried green tomatoes and
right. Just and
that's why I'm such a sensitive, lovable guy.
VHS tapes of Driving Miss Daisy.
Sharknado would never be seen in my house. Oh boy.
8 millimeters of The Honeymooners.
Right. Oh yeah, I still got those.
Kinescope of the Ed Sullivan Show.
They're on DVDs. The Honeymooners. I have them all, even the lost episodes.
How about the Dean Martin Celebrity Roast?
No,
You got those?
no, I don't.
That's right up your alley. Those are all good. Those are great.
Columbo reruns.
Sanford and Son.
Yeah. Good stuff.
Lind is swing and a miss. Down he goes. Locke comes back with a strikeout. And here comes Domingo Santana with 2 on. In the second inning, the Brewers were without a hit until Santana did that. Doubled off the wall. Tremendous power from Santana. That was our shining moment of the game. Marshfield Clinic. Not a whole lot to choose from for the Brewers tonight. Kyle Lohse is feeling very slighted right now that his double wasn't the shining moment. One man out, 2 on. Santana's got the kind of power that could turn this into a game quickly.
Yeah, real quick. That's why Locke threw the changeup. He's got a good changeup. He's not afraid to throw it behind an account. He was down 1-0, threw the changeup and got the big swing.
Three and 1 to Domingo Santana.
They're keeping everything down in the strike zone. Doesn't want to make a mistake upstairs for the reason you just talked about. Get the Brewers right back in it quickly.
Got a hitter's count, 2 men on. Santana fouls it away. Change up on a 3-1 pitch.
Yeah, located well in the outside corner.
That's Braun at second, reached on an infield hit. Davis walked. Lind just struck out. Brewers have to take advantage of every scoring opportunity at this point. Down 6. Inside. Ball 4. And the bases are loaded now in the 7th for the Crew. And Clint Hurdle is going to take the walk. So Locke is done. Cannot get through 7. Gave him 6 and a third shutout. He's got 3 on his responsibility, and Hurdle's going to give the ball to his outstanding bullpen. And Locke will get a nice hand on his way out. Bases loaded, 7th inning, 1 out. And Hurdle, sensing that moment, is going to bring on one of his better relievers, his ground ball specialist, Jared Hughes.
Yeah, he's induced 9 double plays this year. He's been very good here at PNC Park. Last 19 appearances in this ballpark, a 156 earned run average. He appeared on Thursday, 2/3 scoreless, but did give up a couple of hits.
Switch hitter Sardinas jumping on the first pitch, fly ball left field. On the run is Harrison, and he's got it for the out. All 3 base runners will tag. Braun scores. It's the first run of the game for Milwaukee. That'll be a sac fly and an RBI for Sardinas, and it'll be 2nd and 3rd now with 2 away.
Brewers still looking for that all elusive big hit with a man in scoring position tonight. And right now they're 0 for 3 or 0 for 4 with an RBI. And you see a very good bullpen for the Pittsburgh Pirates behind only the Cardinals. No surprise there.
Nevin Ashley gets jammed, a ground ball, and that will retire the side. Brewers only get 1 out of that. 6-1 Pirates.
Here in the ballpark. Beautiful day for that. 6-1 Pirates. And we have a new pitcher for Milwaukee. It's going to be Cesar Jimenez to work here in the bottom of the 7th inning. It'll be Neil Walker, Cervelli, and Pedro Alvarez here in the 7th.
And Elian Herrera will come into play second base. Double switch. Sardinas is out. Cesar Jimenez, the Brewers got him from the Phillies, taken off the roster by the Phillies. The Brewers claimed him, and he's done a good job for Milwaukee. Has not allowed an earned run. He'll start a clean inning here. He's come in on a couple of occasions with men on base.
He's allowed only 1 of 4 inherited runners to score, although he doesn't have to deal with that in this inning. Starting the inning off. Pitched on Thursday against the Pirates, tossed a scoreless inning. That was actually a scoreless 11th inning. You know, hit a walk but struck out a batter, did not allow a run. The Pirates did a nice job getting this one going tonight. I mean, it looked a little bit dicey around the 4th inning. But the Rains have led up. It looks like we're going to be able to continue. Good job by Fielding Colbreth getting this one going on time tonight.
So Walker to start it against the lefty. Walker will turn around, hit right-handed. Loesch did a nice job tonight for the Brewers out of the bullpen, restoring order to this one tonight. 2 and a third innings for Loesch, giving up 3 hits, no runs. Did have a strikeout tonight, no walks and 1 strikeout for Loesch.
Yeah, 2 1/3 scoreless and a double. Yeah, good night for him.
2 balls and a strike. Neil Walker lined out in the first. He walked in the third. And that's low, ball 4. Jimenez walks him to start the inning. Brewers do score in the 7th, but only get 1. Had the bases loaded and 1 out. Needed more than that. Brewers have been fighting to the end. Even in the games they've lost, they've done a good job in that category. Give these players a lot of credit. Council still managing hard. The coaches are out here every day working hard and kind of keeping the morale up as best you can. There's nothing to play for as far as a postseason, but there's a lot to play for to set you up for next year.
Yeah, Davis, Santana, Herrera, Sardinas, Perez. I mean, everybody. You know, Ashley. So yeah.
Slow roller third base, and Perez makes a nice play. He's a good defender, Hernan Perez. I just saw some sad news coming out of Dodger country. One of our favorite guys. He was the chef in the media room, and he served the press box area and handled all of the food up there for the executives for the Dodgers. His name was Dave Pearson, Chef Dave we called him. He passed away today, Rock. Passed away at age 75. We were in Los Angeles earlier this year, back in July, and he was not there and didn't know why, and nobody would really talk about it much, but obviously he was very sick.
Yeah.
He's passed along. We are certainly prayerful for his family and the Dodger family as well. He was a real great guy to be around.
Yep, always had a smile on his face. Loved what he was doing. Loved being at Dodger Stadium. Yep.
He'd always give you like that extra scoop of mashed potatoes and give you a wink. Don't forget to get a cookie on your way out.
In other words, Joe, you were one of his guys. Yep.
But he made everybody feel that way.
Right, yeah.
Which is the best part about him. So we're sorry to hear that news. Pedro Alvarez takes a ball. This is a key matchup here for Jimenez. We're talking about evaluation time. These are the kind of matchups that the Brewers brass and the Brewers manager wants to see. When you start thinking about roster building, you want to see what Jimenez can do against a power hitting left-hander. Especially this power hitting left-hander, a guy that if Jimenez is in the mix, the Brewers are going to see a lot of.
And he's done a pretty good job talking about Jimenez against lefties so far. 2 for 9. You know, lefties are 2 for 9 against them.
And a swing and a miss again. That's the kind of swing you want to see if you're a left-handed pitcher and you're matching up against a guy like Alvarez. Full count, runner at second. Jimenez trying to keep the Pirates off the board. They have scored 6 on 9 hits tonight already. And a ground ball foul. Another foul. Alvarez hanging tough.
Jimenez is one of those guys that will throw changeups to left-handers. He's thrown a couple of them here to Alvarez. Changeups, fastballs, and the one thing he hasn't thrown yet to him, slider. That would be the obvious choice against the left-hander.
And he missed. Alvarez walks. Second walk issued by Jimenez. 2 on now with 1 away.
Yeah, the one part of the stats that the splits when you talk about Jimenez, he's only given up 2 hits against left-handed hitters, but now he's walked 3 of them. And that's another thing the Brewers are looking at. He's going to be able to throw strikes and get lefties out.
He'll face right-handed hitting Jordy Mercer now. Bullpen's quiet. This is Jimenez inning. 2 on, 1 away. Down and in. They have resumed play in New York. Second game of that doubleheader. They're in the 7th inning now, and the Blue Jays are up big, 9-4 now. Blue Jays a chance to sweep that doubleheader. Blue Jays did lose Troy Tulowitzki in game 1, had a collision with an outfielder and had an MRI done. Tulowitzki has a small crack in his scapula. And he's got some upper back muscle bruising with that crack in the scapula. That could be something to pay attention to. I don't know how long it's going to keep Tulowitzki out. Right in the shoulder blade area is where that injury occurred for Tulowitzki.
That's the only concern you have with Tulowitzki is health. Hasn't been able to stay very healthy over the last few years.
Blue Jays are going to monitor him over the next week or so. So that could be a big loss. Blue Jays have been playing really well with Tulowitzki after that trade from the Rockies. There's a strike. Thanks to Gregor Chisholm for those updates. It's the MLB.com beat for the Blue Jays. Full count to Mercer. Pirates threatening again with 2 on. And another walk. Third walk for Jimenez. Not good.
Been an issue for him in his last, 2 of his last 3 appearances. He walked 3 in a game in an inning against the Marlins. Mincy had a pretty good outing his last time out. That was on Thursday in extra innings. And now he's walked 3 of the first 4 hitters here tonight.
Walks have been the story with Jimenez. It's one of the reasons why the Phillies took him off their roster. Every team can use a good lefty, and I don't think the Phillies felt like Jimenez was going to emerge in that role for them. So the Brewers are going to take a chance on their pitching staff, their pitching coach Kranitz, and their bullpen coach Lee Tunnell, who is a mechanical guru. He's a guy that can fix certain mechanics. It's a project for the Brewers.
It hasn't been an issue for him until lately, at least with the Brewers. The Brewers have now walked 8 batters tonight. They're not going to win many games walking 8 guys.
As a major leaguer, Jimenez has averaged about 4 walks per 9 innings. That is way too high for a relief pitcher. He's got big league time with the Mariners, the Phillies, and now the Brewers. He's 30 years of age. Trying to find those repeatable mechanics.
Yep. And the Pirates looking for the knockout punch with Michael Morse. He's had good numbers and good success against the Brewers, not only throughout his career, but this year in particular.
1 ball, 1 strike. Morse pinch hitting here in the 7th. In that 9 spot in the order. Two and 1. Now Jimenez having a tough time finding the strike zone. He's thrown 24 pitches. Only 10 of those 24 for strikes. He's walked 3. He's got the bases loaded. Three and 1.
And nobody getting loose in that Brewers bullpen. This is his inning.
Drive to right. Braun looks up. It's gone. A grand slam. And that is a haymaker for the Brewers tonight. Mike Morse makes it 10-1. 5th home run of the year for Morse. And a pinch hit grand slam.
A 3-1 pitch, and Morse got the one he wanted down away from him. Lines it out of here to right field. And they got their knockout punch.
I think more than anything else this year for the Pirates, they have some thunder on that bench as they go into the postseason. They've got a lot of experience, guys who have been starters in the past. There's a line drive foul down the right field line. 3 walks and a grand slam against Jimenez here in the 7th. That's the 5th career grand slam for Morse.
Continues his hot hitting against Milwaukee.
Pirates got him from the Marlins. It's a nice asset to have on the bench.
No kidding.
Not many teams boast a hitter like that with that kind of pop. There's the 2nd out. All smiles is big Mike Morse.
And that's where his value lies, right there on the bench. I mean, you pick and choose when you want to use him. He's been a very good pinch hitter throughout his career. Yeah, but the way this Pirate team is lined up, I mean, you don't need to start him. Maybe every now and again, but when you're able to use a guy like that anytime you want, you know, you run scoring opportunities. That plays big in the postseason.
Morse was on that Giants World Series team last year, championship ball club, and he hit well in the postseason last year. Had a home run against the Cardinals in the NLCS. And then actually got a couple of starts against the Royals in the World Series. Had 4 hits, had a double. drove in 4 runs in the World Series last year. So he's done it on the big stage, and I think that more than anything else, the reason why the Pirates were so eager to get him into the mix.
That's a good day at the ballpark, isn't it? Step up there, hit a grand slam, night's over.
You know, I said he came from the Marlins. That's actually not technically true. He played for the Marlins this year. He was traded on the 30th from the Marlins to the Dodgers, and then the Dodgers flipped him the next day to the Pirates. So he actually was traded from the Dodgers to the Pirates, even though he never played a game with LA. As Josh Harrison is aboard with his 4th hit of the night.
Yeah, but on base all 5 times. I'd smile too.
Eighth 4-hit game for Josh Harrison of his brief career in the big leagues. 2 outs for McCutchen now. Big cut. McCutchen with an RBI double in the 3rd inning that started the scoring tonight for Pittsburgh. By the way, a correction there. They corrected the announcement. That's not Harrison's 9th 4-hit game. It's the Pirates this season. And a swing and a miss.
That's a slider right there for Jimenez. For some reason, he didn't throw that pitch to Pedro Alvarez. The only left-hander that he faced in this inning, ended up walking him, but didn't throw him any sliders. Interesting. That's normally a pretty good pitch for a left-handed pitcher against a left-handed hitter. .36 pitches for Jimenez. Wow.
3 walks, a grand slam, a single by Harrison. 2 big innings in this game. Pirates got 5 in the 3rd. They've scored 4 here in the 7th. And McCutchen takes a ball, and it's 3-2. And a swing and a miss. He got him. Inning is over, but a tough one. Michael Morse, pinch hit grand slam. 10-1 Pirates. Night here in Pittsburgh, and the rain slightly falling. It has not let up all night. It was raining hard in the third inning. That was a 5-run Pittsburgh inning. That's a beautiful shot, though, downtown, and the Allegheny is filling up as we speak.
That's our vantage point right there.
You know how we talk about 3 rivers?
Yeah.
Did you know there's actually a 4th river?
Underneath.
Underneath the 3 rivers. It's actually called the Wisconsin. What is it called? It's got like the Wisconsin something.
I don't know. This is your story.
Oh, well, it's true. There's a 4th river that runs underneath. It's such a cold river, it actually cools the power plant. That's a true story.
That's good. Where did you hear that?
It's the Wisconsin Glacial River or something. Flowage. I don't know what it is, but you can look it up. There's a 4th river that runs underneath, way underneath.
I expect you'd have the name of that body of water, whatever it is, before the end of the game.
I'm on that.
You got people in the truck that are going to be backing you up.
No, I got my river expert, Gary. He'll.
I bet Joe Blanton knows. He's on for the 13th time this year, a 3-0 record. And Josh Harrison moves over to third base. Ramos Ramirez is out. Jeff Decker out in the left.
Oh, I have the name already. I remembered.
Okay.
Jeff Grayson helped me remember. It's the Wisconsin Glacial Flow River, and it runs underneath the other 3 rivers.
Didn't I say that?
Did you say flow?
I said flowage. Isn't that the same thing?
No, because flowage is different. It has an AGE at the end. Flowage. That sounds like something, pouring out of a septic tank.
No.
Elian Herrera lines to Walker at second base.
I just don't think you heard me.
No, I heard you.
Which happens all the time.
Flowage.
You know what? It's okay. The Chippewa flowage. That's in Wisconsin.
Flowage is what feels like comes out of my nose when I have allergies. Not a beautiful river that no one's ever seen.
I just gave you one.
The Chippewa flowage.
There's a bunch of them in Wisconsin. And they don't all run out of your nose.
I find that fascinating that there's a 4th river.
Yeah.
Also find it fascinating that up until I believe it was 11, there's a base hit by Segura. So a single here with one away. Up until 1911, Pittsburgh did not have an H on the end of its city name. They wanted to be more Americanized. All the cities around the United States, all the Pittsburghs around the country, and there's a lot of them. It just ended in a URG, and there are actually some Honus Wagner baseball cards from the 1910 season that have Pittsburgh with no H on the end.
And you always thought that was a typo, right?
Thought it was a mistake. I thought that's what made it valuable, but no, that was actually the great Honus Wagner,
right,
by the way.
Got a statue out in front of the ballpark.
One of the original Hall of Famers.
And the Pittsburgh area used to be Twin Cities, right? Pittsburgh and Allegheny.
Allegheny was a city.
2 different towns. Yeah.
They added that H later because they wanted to maintain their German heritage. So they weren't doing what everybody else was doing in the country. They decided to add the H back. So that's why you see a few Pittsburghs around the country with no H, and then this one has an H. But that's why. That's the backstory. Don't you find that interesting?
That is. That's fascinating.
Especially in a 10-1 game.
Yep.
Perez strikes out. Blanton got him. Second out of the inning.
My question is, are we sticking around for the fireworks?
Yeah. Why wouldn't we?
H or no H.
Ryan Braun's night at the plate, presented by Wendy's. These fans have hung in there through all the rain tonight to enjoy the fireworks show. I say we do the same.
It's cleared up nicely.
Felt like it was a race to 5 innings tonight, but as soon as we got to the 5th inning, it stopped raining.
Right.
It's perfect.
Again, I think the umpiring crew did a great job getting this thing going tonight. Give credit where credit's due. The umpires.
That's a tough call sometimes.
Yeah, last series for Brewers and Pirates, it's up to the umpires whether they're going to start or not. And Field and Colbert made the right call.
Braun hits it sharply center field. That's over the head of Decker. And Segura around third. He is going to try to score. No throw from Walker, and it's an RBI double for Ryan Braun, who just keeps on hitting.
Just sticks the bat out there, just nice and easy. Ball just jumps off that bat, and that is a bullet over the head of the center fielder out there. Jeff Decker in center. Look at this, like a 2-iron. Is that the way he hits a 2-iron? Just kept carrying over the head of Decker, and Gene Segura able to score all the way from first base.
I tell you, Braun's been impressive. That batting average is on the rise. He's the one guy around baseball, and a lot of superstars are this way, but the more he's booed, the better he is on the road. Motivates him. They got him interested. They poked the bear, Rock. And Ryan Braun has 2 hits. That's his 84th run batted in. Braun's batting average continuing to point towards 300. He's now at 290. Davis will ground out to end the inning. And we are headed for the bottom of the 8th. Braun 2 for 4 tonight with Ribby. That day we recorded all that was on this date last year, and there was a dramatic finish to the game at Miller Park, so that was pretty fun. Santana goes to right field. You saw Logan Schaefer in center. Corey Knebel will try to get the Brewers to the ninth, only down 8. It's 10-2 Pirates.
42nd appearance for Knebel. Pitched on Thursday. Gave up a solo home run to Andrew McCutchen and was nailed with a blown save in that ball game. 49 strikeouts and 43 innings of work for Corey.
Brewers and the Pirates have one more tomorrow. Will be the final game of the regular season series against the Buccos. Rodriguez out to short. And out number 1.
Brewers have guaranteed a winning season series against Pittsburgh.
Yeah, loss tonight will send them to 10-8 against the Pirates this year. Hard to figure the Pirates' struggles against the Central Division. Pittsburgh has had all kind of troubles against the Brewers and the Cubs, Reds, Cardinals. Elias Diaz will make his major league debut here, his first at bat. And a high fly ball, center field. Schaefer going back with just enough room to make the catch. Welcome to the big leagues, Elias Diaz.
Almost. Tough to hit him out of here to center field. Morales Ramirez telling him, I've been there, kid. Hang in there.
He's got some pop, no doubt. You can see it. So 2 outs for Knebel. Here is Chris Stewart, who had a big night last night, drove in 3 runs. And you're feeling good about your night last night. Made a contribution to a win in a pennant race, and you wake up and then the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette right on the front page.
Yep.
Pirates get production from an unlikely source.
Yeah.
Oh man, what a buzzkill.
It's okay, he's still on the front page. No such thing as bad publicity.
Unlikely source. Even the newspaper was surprised that he had 3 RBIs.
I remember I had a good game in Seattle one night and was watching the highlight shows, and they were talking about the light hitting catcher Bill Schroeder.
That's always nice.
So what would you rather hear? Unlikely source or light hitting?
That's a good one. Oh, they both mean the same thing.
Oh well.
Well, both of you were there, and that's all that matters.
Yeah, that's right. Right? I was going to say.
Fly ball right field, long run for Santana. And he's got it for the out to end the inning. So Knebel works a scoreless inning. The Brewers' last call coming up. They need 8 to tie. Might as well get 9. Michael Morse with a grand slam capped off the Pirates scoring tonight. They lead at 10-2 as we go to the 9th. Last call for the Brewers here, and a reminder that Potawatomi Hotel and Casino presenting Brewers baseball on Fox Sports Wisconsin tonight. Book your stay now. Pedro Florimon will come into play second base, and Rob Scahill is on to try to finish this one off.
26th appearance for Scahill. He spent a lot of time on the disabled list. He had right forearm tightness. And he hasn't appeared in a game for the Pirates since way back on June 25th. Actually made an appearance on September 2nd. That was his first appearance for the Pirates since June 25th.
Adam Lind will lead off this 9th inning. We'll do it again tomorrow afternoon. Again, we're on the air at noon for Brewers Live pregame. Hope you'll join us. Youngman and Liriano tomorrow. A rematch.
Yeah, Youngman beat him back at Miller Park, a 4-1 victory.
And Lynn draws the walk. How does that make a manager feel, Rock?
Upset.
An 8-run lead and you walk the leadoff hitter.
Not as upset as he would have been had it been only 6-2. It's one thing managers can't stomach with big leads. That's the base on balls.
Domingo Santana now. He's been on twice tonight. 1 for 2 with a walk. Had a double. Moved around a little bit. Started in center. Ended up in right. Enjoying the playing time. Ground ball to third. Harrison to second. Over to first. Double play. That'll erase those leadoff walk memories. And the Brewers down to their last out.
And Craig Counsell out on their top step wants to make sure that they got that call right at first base.
Sends a good message right there.
Never give up. That's right.
Play it till the end. That does not look like one they would overturn. Oh, and Counsell's going to ask for a challenge here.
Play it to the end, right?
Play it to the end, man.
I mean, you got the challenge in your pocket. You can't take it home with you.
Good way to agitate the home crowd. These bang bang calls, though, they're tough to get overturned. Got the calling umpire over there. That's Paul Schreiber. Crew chief is Field and Colbreth. He'll be the man to get word from the replay center in New York. Chelsea, New York is the location of the replay command center.
This will be a definitive angle right here. It looks like they got him. But we'll see.
Usually when you see those hands go to the earmuffs, there's a call coming. There is an umpire in the replay center who is assigned to this game. And usually that and they're part of the regular umpiring crew. They have a rotation of 2 crews that go through the replay challenge center. So sometimes, depending on how many games are going on, there's an umpire that will be on 2 games. We went into that facility last year. That's a really impressive setup they have. All right, here's the call. Out. Double play.
Yeah, the angle that we saw looked like he was out. I'm not sure what took so long in New York. But if you're Craig Counsell, you have a challenge in your pocket. Why not?
Whether he's out or safe, I think the message that it sends was what Counsell's aiming for right
I'm not going to stop managing. You don't stop playing.
Amen. Good for him. Scooter Gennett with 2 away. Last call for the Brewers, and a little slap liner that is fair. It hit the line, and Gennett on his way to second. Throw comes in late. That's a double, a pinch hit double for Scooter Gennett. And who knows? Maybe you don't get that kind of at bat from Gennett without Counsell calling on a challenge.
And what if he'd been safe, right? I mean, a little bit different. And not a bad pitch from Scahill, but Scooter able to go out and get it and dump it down the line and left. Brewers still alive. Giving Nevin Ashley another shot.
Ashley cherishing these big league at bats. His 4th of the night, gets his 2nd major league start. Well, he jumped into the headlines after his first major league start. After 10 years in the minor leagues, got a double and an RBI in his first big league at bat. That was on Wednesday in Miami. Ended up all across the country on various talk shows. He was talked about on Sports Talk everywhere. The national talk shows was on Intentional Talk on MLB Network. Good for him. He deserves it.
Yep.
See if he can give him a thrill here. Gennett at second. And Ashley, little half swing, did not go. At bat continues. Cue shot foul. One ball, 2 strikes. And they'll ask again. He checks it again.
Not going to ring him up. That was pretty close, that one.
2-2 the count.
Side angle. Yep, could have called it.
Could have. Ashley getting a little favor. See if he can turn it into something here. Gennett at second base. And a ground ball. Harrison. And that will do it. Pirates win. Pirates win back-to-back games. Josh Harrison with 4 hits and a walk tonight. 2 big innings for the Bucks. A 5-run third. They scored 4 in the 7th on a Michael Morse grand slam. And Pittsburgh has taken 2 out of 3 on a fireworks night at PNC Park. Last game of the season series tomorrow afternoon. Jeff Grayson standing by at our Fox Sports Wisconsin studios. It's time for Brewers Live. Take it away, Jeff.